Hi, I'm Kristin Fountain with Cape Fear News Today, and you're watching Community News Today on Topics Design TV. We bring you all the latest community news from Pender, Duplin, and Onslow counties. Let's start off today's news with some from the Pender Chronicle. Smart Start of Pender County is having a party. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month and a time to celebrate the role that communities play in children's education and development. What better way to celebrate than to discover learning through the power of play with the children that touch your life? Help Smart Start bring April alive with grins and giggles at their Family Fun Festival on Saturday, April 16th from 9 to noon. Pender County Smart Start is located at 600 North Timberley Lane in Burgaw. A special pinwheel sculpture will be on display in honor of the Pinwheels for Prevention Child Abuse Awareness campaign. Pinwheels are a symbol of hope and childhood joy, as they stand tall shining in the bright sun. Smart Start of Pender County will celebrate child abuse prevention and the Week of the Young Child with a day of face painting, bubble blowing, and pinwheel making, and more. A raffle sale to benefit their upcoming art grant will also be held. Tickets can be purchased now at the Smart Start office or on the day of the event. 4 baskets valued at about $100 each are up for grabs. All proceeds will go toward providing grants that will supply art materials to local child care facilities. Raffle tickets are just $1. All other games and activities will cost a smile and maybe a giggle or two. Come fill the parking lot and hallways with laughter as Smart Start celebrates a quality child care and early education for children that brighten our lives. In other news, the deadline for filing your taxes is fast approaching, but if you need help preparing them, Pender County has resources for you. In Burgaw, go to the 4-County Pender NSC at 112 South Dickerson Street, the Pender Neighborhood Center. The phone number is 910-259-3274. You do not need an appointment. Federal and state e-files are available at this site. It is open until April 15th. Hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 to 4. The state legislature is considering a law that would protect the Venus flytrap, which grows nearby, but is becoming more rare in its natural habitat. If they have worries about a carnivorous plant, the backers of House Bill 476 may have second thoughts after meeting Audrey II, the man-eating plant and star of Topsail High School production of Little Shop of Horrors. The musical production features the work of more than 60 students, both on stage and behind the scenes. They've worked so hard, says Alicia Melton, theater arts instructor at Topsail High School. We've been rehearsing since January and have been staying until 9 p.m. to build and paint the scenery. It's a huge production. But it's not the first time Melton has put on the show. A native of Wilmington and theater and dance major, Melton helped bring the plant from outer space to a New Bern community theater. Now in her 9th year of teaching, Melton worked for 5 years at Pender High School putting on Grease last year. But with this facility and the number of kids involved, I'd have to say this is the biggest production I've ever done, Melton says, looking around the Kenneth I. Lanier Performing Arts Auditorium at THS. For the uninitiated, the plot involves a poor laborer who works in a florist shop in the Bowery and finds an odd plant. He takes it to the shop and names it Audrey II after the girl of his dreams. Since that girl seems out of his league, Audrey II grows and turns out to be a talking, singing bloodsucker. The larger the plant gets, the more blood it wants, until Seymour, the poor laborer, is bled dry. To sum up, man-eating plant, boy and girl find a sprouting love, sadistic dentist, and of course in the background keeping track of the action, man-eating plant problems, all set to the tune of the 1950s era of low-budget monster movies. Little Shop of Horrors will run April 28th through 30th, starting at 7 p.m. each night. Tickets are $5 and may be purchased in advance or at the door. Contact Alicia Melton at 910-270-2755 for information. That's today's Pender County update from the Pender Chronicle. Pick up your new copy every Wednesday or get a subscription and it will come right to you. In Duplin County's news today. At Cape Fear Newspapers, we love to focus on people who do good things for the communities we service. Today's Movers and Shakers profile is Dr. Michael Graybar of Wallace. Almost single-handedly, Dr. Graybar has brought high-quality soccer to Wallace. He's the consummate mover and shaker. Why? Because he's constantly moving and shaking, extolling his teams to do their very best, win or lose. Graybar pushes academics and spirituality as much as he does good play on the soccer field. The New Jersey native played collegiate soccer at the University of Scranton and later felt calling to serve the Lord by coaching kids, some leading aimless lives, and by helping those kids find purpose in their lives. Graybar came to Wallace by way of the Los Angeles College of Chiropractic in 1994, and later Wilmington, where he joined a practice. He opened his own practice in Wallace in 2003 and now has satellite offices in Wilmington and Clinton. Dr. Graybar treats nearly all the Wilmington hammerheads, focusing on injury prevention. In 2006 and 2007, Graybar started a club team named Wallace United that traveled to Wilmington and Jacksonville to play other club teams. The teams progressed as the players learned about soccer and were attracted like iron filings to a magnet. Graybar approached Wallace Rose Hill principal M.D. Guthrie and athletic director Tim Jenkins to revive the boys' soccer program for the 2009 season. It would be a tough assignment. The Bulldogs hadn't had a boys' soccer team in 4 years, but the school officials bought into Graybar's plan. He intended to use the passion of soccer to create an inner family or sense of team within the souls of the boys. He hoped the desire to be part of the team would become a catalyst that would allow Graybar to refine their lives. The team motto, "You develop a team to achieve what one person cannot accomplish alone." All of us alone are weaker by far than if all of us stand together. From the boys who would become the members of the high school team, 60 to 70% were struggling academically. Graybar and his wife Tracy began tutoring the boys. "We lost a couple," they say, but gained a whole lot more. In the second year of the soccer team rebirth, all 27 guys were academically qualified to play high school soccer for Wallace Rose Hill. "We went from a makeshift team of street kids to Tri-County Conference champions," Graybar says. They were 6, 5, and 3 in conference play the first year, and then won the conference in 2010. But it wasn't easy winning the league title. The Bulldogs opened the 2010 non-conference season playing powerhouses and lost 6 straight. "My guys were challenged physically, mentally, and their faith in me, each other, and the school were all being questioned," Graybar says. But something clicked as the conference games got underway. "Some will say that our perseverance paid off, while others may say that our battle-tested preseason schedule developed us into champions," Graybar says. "Personally, I feel that God intervened and laid hands on my team and overnight turned 27 boys into men." This year's goal is to reach the regional final. The team returns 9 of 11 starters. 23 players from last year's roster will be back, with the 8th grade at Charity Middle School producing at least another 10 players. Still, it will be a tough season. James Keenan, Trask, Union, and Hobton will all have good teams. The team prayer sums up Graybar's coaching philosophy. "When we win, we honor God, and when we lose, we honor God. In everything we do, we praise and honor God." And now, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back with more Duplin County sports news.